Start getting dressed for you, not him, but for you. Remember, they treat you how you treat yourself. So make it into a habit to get up every single day and pour into yourself. Men are visual creatures. And just by looking good will change a man's entire thought process. Just a makeover or a level up in your appearance can change a whole dynamic of your relationship, of your marriage. But you got to put you first, and you can't be doing it for him. You got to do it for you. Because if he thinks you're doing it for him, then he's still going to think he's the prize. You got to be self-centered in order for them to treat you as the prize. So if you level up, you can't do it for the man. You got to do it for you. So do it for you, not for him. You do it for him, he's just going to be thinking, oh, he's the prize. Look what she's doing for me. Do it for yourself. And when they realize you're not doing it for them anymore or ever, then they're going to want you more. Want you more and do more for you. And they know you're not doing this for them. So they get suspicious, like, why are you getting dressed up? That's why you need to get it dressed up every day. There's no suspicion if that's who you truly are. Okay, if you wear ugly clothes, don't do your makeup, don't you do your hair, and then all of a sudden you do it one day and not the next day, that does make people suspicious because who are you getting dressed for? You don't get dressed for yourself. You don't do this every day for you, so who are you doing it for? They know you well because you don't do enough for yourself. Now, if you did get up every day for yourself, there is no questions. There's no suspicion. They understand you are the prize, period. So y'all got to get up and get dressed. Don't be the pick-me shit in the relationship. Know your value. Focus on yourself. Your presence is a gift to them. Live, walk, and act like it, okay? You will not regret it. Have the audacity. Stop being so timid and nice and afraid to lose something you ain't even got. Have the audacity, because you always get more when you have audacity, I promise you. Ask any Dusty who has audacity. When a Dusty, all he got is audacity, a pick-me-shit will eat it up. Watch. Have the audacity of the Dusty and see how far you get in life. They sure be having a lot of audacity in this world, because that's all they got. Have some of that and see how far you get. Stop being so nice. It doesn't get you anywhere. Plus, men like women that are kind of mean anyway. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Does my advice apply to women in their mid-30s? Now, I'm almost 50. I help women of all ages. My advice applies to anyone who takes care of themselves, that looks good, and that keeps themselves up and as the prize. Yes. My advice, especially the self-love advice, take care of yourself, stay ready so you don't got to get ready. Always be on the level up. It can work for anybody. You look good, you're going to be able to pull. You're going to be able to get whatever you want. You're going to be able to attract. So that's the first thing we need to understand. Our first communication is how we look, how we dress. So you better communicate well, baby. Sprinkle, sprinkle. You gotta communicate well. Men are visual creatures. Always have been. Unless they blind. And they be trying to touch on stuff to see what they can feel. So stop thinking about what you fear and start thinking about what you want. What you want to see. You know, leave all that negativity in the past. Nobody cares about that. Coulda, shoulda, woulda, what if. Nobody, it's not happening. Okay? Plan what you want to happen. Think about what you want to happen versus fearing everything. People that fear everything are, let me tell y'all a secret. People that fear everything and have many superstitions are the easiest people to do magic on. Because they're mentally gonna be affected by every little thing that happens to them. They're always gonna think something is happening. So, because they walk around in fear, too many superstitions, and they are scared of everything. The less fear you have, the less you're able to be affected by anybody's whatever. Okay? So remain fearless and get this money. Okay. Choosing your target or your opponent is very important. You're going to choose somebody you know you're smarter than, someone you can beat in the game very easily, someone that's going to be distracted enough to make the moves you need them to make. Isn't that correct? Okay, so that's the target. That's the opponent. You find someone that's going to do what you need them to do, someone very predictable, someone that is willing to let you win, and they don't care. They just want to play. You get it? You get it? Some guys will let you win, but some guys will try their hardest to win, but they just won't. But sometimes you got a guy out there that will just let you win. They're like, I'm not really playing this game. I'm just let her win. That's the target you want. They just want somebody. They just want somebody to play with. Understand? That's just the same type as those guys just want some arm candy. If he likes you, he's gonna spend money, girl. All you gotta do is ask, and he'll give it to you if he likes you. If you don't, he's gonna try to bargain with you. As soon as they start bargaining, or if they say no right away, dismiss. If they start bargaining, dismiss. They don't like you enough. Okay. If y'all are trying to find men that likes you times 10, if they start bargaining, or if they say no, that's your red flag to dismiss them automatically. You're gonna sift through a lot of dust before you find one that says, okay, well, where do you want to go shopping? Let's go now. Or, okay, let's make a date. I'll meet you at the shopping center. You're gonna sift through some dust before you find somebody that's gonna know your value and want to invest in you. Now, it could be shopping, it could be bank account, it could be like, giving you some money or whatever. They like you, they're gonna pay some bills, they're gonna do whatever you need to do. Why waste your time with somebody that's never intending to do a thing for you? Don't get into relationships for free no more, man. Ladies, you are valuable, and if you don't see it, nobody else will, and you'll never get the full value of your existence if you do not have them standards high. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Okay. If you don't set them standards high, you're not aiming high enough, okay? If your standards seem too high for people, just think about this. If they were low, imagine the type of men you would be dealing with, okay? It's better to have them too high than too low. Because if it's up to you, it's literally up to you to decide how low you want to go. So, for example, if you say, I only date millionaires or billionaires, maybe you'll attract a million. Maybe not a billionaire, but maybe a millionaire. You got to aim high. Okay, you can't just say, I'll take anybody. You got to aim high. And you might not get all. You said how to learn to accept without guilt. Okay. You are a natural receiver by nature. You are a female, natural receiver by nature. Okay. Do you understand that? If you don't, let me show you. I can't lift this up. You're a natural receiver. Think of yourself as the receiving or the outlet and the man as the plug, okay? How can you feel guilty for just being who you are? You are a natural receiver. Men are natural providers. It is nature, okay? How are you going to go against Mother Nature feeling guilty? That doesn't make sense. Understand who you are. You're a woman. You are a natural receiver. We're talking about glowing up each day, okay? A lot of ladies keep asking me, how do you find the energy? How do you find the breaks each day to try to do something with yourself? Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all what I do. I don't know what everybody else do, but there's people that can get ready and look like they're going to, a ball every day, and they find the energy. But a lot of people are struggling to find a way. So I'll just tell y'all what I do. That's all I can do. And I'm sure there's people out there that be looking 10 times better and more pulled together and polished. So I can only tell you what I do. So sprinkle, sprinkle. And I could do more. I could. Have the audacity. Stop being so timid and nice and afraid to lose something you ain't even got. Have the audacity, because you always get more when you have audacity. I promise you. Ask any Dusty who has audacity. When a Dusty, all he got is audacity, a pick Misha will eat it up. Watch. Have the audacity of the Dusty and see how far you get in life. They sure be having a lot of audacity in this world, because that's all they got. Have some of that and see how far you get. Stop being so nice. It doesn't get you anywhere. Plus, men like women that are kind of mean anyway. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Don't act bored, okay? Because I know a lot of women
They show their feelings on their face. If this person is a little bit bored, you don't look bored. You look like it's even more interesting. The more bored you get, the more interested you look, okay? Because a lot of women show their emotion on their face, and you can't help it, okay? That's why you gotta learn to control it. So if he's talking and you're super bored because you're not used to talking to certain men of certain ages, of certain types of backgrounds, you're used to, something totally different. You have to act very interested, okay? And when you do, you're in because you make them look good, feel good about themselves, feel masculine and needed. And the next time if you give them another chance, they're going to want to give you something in exchange for your company. It could be taking you to a very nice place, taking you shopping because you mentioned, oh, you need some new shoes. You don't ask, you mention and tell them what you're thinking about and what you need when it's your turn to talk, and so they can't help but to offer what the only interest you have told them about. They can't help but to offer it to you. So if they know nothing about you, but that you need a new pair of shoes, they have to expound on that. Okay. If they know nothing about you, except that you really love, whatever at, this type of store, that's all they know about you. That's the only thing they can do to impress you. So guess what they're going to do? Well, let's go there. Well, tell me more about it. You never sleep with them, of course, never, because they haven't earned anything like that yet. What you're doing is making them feel happy about who they are and that you're impressed and the type of woman you are, which is probably, going to be more attractive than they are as men. They're going to feel honored and like, you're their little trophy or whatever when they're out in public with you. So they're going to want to take you out more. And in order for you to keep going out with them and making them feel good and making them look good in public, they're going to have to offer you things that you're interested in to keep you coming. Okay. So when they ask you out on a date, again, you're going to be like, oh yes, I would love to go. Oh, I was going to go shopping today and, get some shoes or, So do you think that we can go, do this and that as well? So that I don't have to change my plans. These are sneaky ways that you can get them to do things for you and try to impress you before you agree to any date. Okay. So you already know they want to see you. You already know that they have called to ask you out again. So, oh, hey babe. Oh, I was just thinking about you. Oh my gosh. I would love to come out with you and have lunch. I was just going to, I was just getting dressed and I plan to go in that area anyway to go shop. And maybe you can help me pick out some things that you think would look beautiful on me. Things like that. That's how you get them. You don't just show up to the date and do some morning. Okay, you use the power of suggestion and the power to make them want to please you before you give them what they want.